Hey guys, it's Jay. Welcome back to the channel. One day I'm gonna figure out how there must be a shortcut here, something that I can turn the microphone on and off whenever because honestly I make that mistake every single time. It kept happening today with Scott. My interview with Scott, I kept leaving the stupid microphone off, and you know what? It was embarrassing as heck because every time I was like, and then Scott was like, I can't. And I was like, oh God, somebody, seriously, like I need a director, somebody to tell me that I'm doing something, I'm screwing up royal. Like that's what I need. That's what I need for in my life. I need that in my life. I need somebody to tell me what to do. Honestly, guys, welcome to the stream. My name is Jay. Thank you for joining me on this Saturday morning. Oh my God. Saturday, December 11th, 2021. Where does the time go, everybody? Holy crap. We are only weeks away from Christmas. And even then, we're only a few days away after that to the new year. And what a year it's been, guys. Honestly, it's been one absolute crazy, one thing after another, huge amount, forget everything else. Like, the world has changed. Like this is something that I think that we can all agree on. The world has changed, somewhat for the better, somewhat for the worse. Mostly, you know what? Mostly for change's sake. Obviously, necessity I think is the biggest thing in that equation. The needs of everyone through the in the world has necessitated that the world has had to change. But no matter how much things change, so many things still stay the same, and it's just amazing to actually have gone through this journey and been a part of what's been going on and seeing what happens in the world around us. I consider this to be a turning point for our collective. You know what I mean? As the people in general. It's forced a lot of us to put down barriers and just learn what it is to be human and become that which should be helping other people. Um, a lot of people have gone through this experience and come out better for it. Some people have come out indifferent, and a lot of people just want everything to go back to normal, and that's fine. That's the way life should be. But you know as we go through these things that are happening in our daily lives now with the world in the state that it is, it's so encouraging to see that people are reaching out and helping each other and making a difference. That's something that I think is really really touching on that level. But at the same time, as I said, the more things change, the more things tend to stay the same. you know um Humans by their very nature, they tend to be selfish and overbearing and what's it called, abrasive. And it's hit a couple of my friends really really hard. um I don't want to talk too much on what's happening with my friend, with one of my friends, but I did want to talk really quickly, at the beginning of today, about and I say this a lot, I do, but really we need to at least respect each other, right? You know, Forget about all for all our differences, for all everything that makes us different, everything that makes us unique. At the heart of it all, we're people, right? We're humans, and we have to respect each other. Um, I'm not saying this in any particular reason. It just sort of like things that have come across my feed that have been happening with some of my friends, and their families. It just sometimes it hits you. You know what I mean? Sometimes you see something that's been happening in other people's lives, and you have to take a step back and you have to say, Jesus, like why did that happen to you? And you sort of feel helpless. And it can make you angry sometimes, but at the same time, you also got to remember that there are systems in place to take care of certain things, right? And one of the things that I wanted from my friend, and again, I can't speak too much on it, but retaliation sometimes makes things worse, especially if it's something that really you cannot control, right? The people and the powers that be need to sort things out for you, and it's frustrating. It can be very, very frustrating. I'm being cryptic on purpose because I don't want to. I haven't even, it's just something that's been on my mind, and I want to help, but again, it's not my place to help, unfortunately. But I wanted to get it off my chest because it's just that it's so hard sometimes. But the one thing I can say, and that I repeatedly say, especially on this channel, is that this is the time where people need to come together. This is the holiday season, and everyone needs to take a look and look around. And if you haven't said hi to your folks, hi to your family lately, you know think about, I encourage you to think about to do that, because as I said multiple times, we're living in an age where things change so quickly. Tomorrow, another variant, another stage of whatever it is that we're going through right now, it can drop on us like a bombshell, and then we're right back where we started. And one of the reasons why this channel started to get grow a little bit, I say a little bit, but it grew immensely, to be honest with you, is because of the support of everybody here. Thank you again, guys, for all your support throughout the year. The last couple of years, it really has helped the channel, and it's because of you that we are in the position we're in now. It's all because of you, the Mega J Retro community and the MJR collector community. You guys are the reasons why we are where we are right now. But on that note, because we were cooped up in our homes for so long, it made me want to do things that I'd never done before, or hadn't done in years. And I was able to connect with a lot of people on this channel, a lot of people here, and new friends. I consider everybody here a friend. Because if it wasn't for everybody here, we wouldn't be talking. You know what I mean? Like, I used to do live streams, and there was like two people there. Sometimes there was no people. Sometimes there was nobody listening. I was just talking to myself. I was talking to thin air. And now, every Saturday morning at 1 o'clock, on every time I come on, there's at least 10 people here. And you know what? That's the absolute least number of people who are here. Sometimes we get 30, sometimes we get 50. And you know what? I'm amazed. I'm amazed at how many people want to share in the experiences that for these passions that we all have. But at the same time, I take it upon myself to remind everybody, in the community, that if there's somebody out there, who's important to you, right? Um, the people who are closest to you, right? Don't forget them, right? Make sure that you reach out to them, and that especially during this time of year, the holiday season, it's a good excuse to do so. Because not all of us are in touch with are that close anymore, or we forget to call our mom or dad or somebody else like that. And you know what? Around this time especially, it's very important. Um, I came to realize that in 2020, when I couldn't see, because I took everything for granted, just like everyone else does. I didn't see my mom, I didn't see my dad, and it was scary. You know what I mean? Like, it's funny because when you're with your parents, you're living with your parents. You're sort of like, God, I wish I could get out of here. You know what I mean? I don't want to be under my mom's roof, because she always tells me to be home at a certain time. She's always telling me, she's always watching over me, and making sure that I'm being taken care of. And overbearing parents, it happens a lot. Or sometimes it's the opposite. Sometimes, you know what, they couldn't wait to get you out of the house. That too. But at the same time, it's to me, I found out last year, 2020, just how much I missed talking, just visiting my folks. You know what I mean? Like, even if it was only once every 3 months, or once every other month, or once every 6 months, because again, we all lose track. But once I was not able to do that at all, I realized just how much I missed, the contact that I had with my loved ones, right? I couldn't see Dex. I couldn't see, my friends. I couldn't see anybody. And I remember sure, I've got four walls. I can always reach out on social media, all that kind of great stuff. But the human connection, being able to just sit down, have a coffee, shake somebody's hand, just give somebody a hug. Those things, it's amazing how much, you miss those things, especially with someone who you're really, really close to. It's really quite amazing. So during this time, of the holiday season, when we really should be getting together, we really should be celebrating, these moments that mean so much to us. You know, I'm just putting it out there. I'm not telling you what to do, but I'm just saying, think about reaching out to your loved ones. Think about reaching out to your mom, your dad, your brother, your sister, your best friend. You know what I mean? Think about just reaching out and say, "Hey, how you doing?" Because sometimes every little bit counts, and sometimes it's that little bit that can really make a difference. And you just never know when someone's really feeling, bad and they don't want to talk about it. But sometimes, saying hi really can make a difference. Anyways, guys, didn't want to start everything off on a totally somber note. I just had that at the top of my mind, but I did want to say thank you guys again for liking, commenting, and subscribing to the channel. Guys, this community has been everything to me. You guys being here, like, oh my god, there's 31 people in the stream right now. You guys are absolutely amazing. Thank you again for everything you guys do. You guys are absolutely amazing. I want to wish everybody a happy holiday season. As always, every week I'm going to do that because you know what? It's the right thing to do. I'm the kind of guy I miss. Again, 2020 was really kind of crazy. I miss getting together with people, and I just want to now that I have open communications with so many people, and some people who care and really want to find out how each of us are doing. I want to wish everybody, a happy holiday season, whether you celebrate or not. Happy, if you celebrate it, Merry Christmas, and whatever holiday you celebrate, which is coming up or even past. I hope it was great. I hope it will be great. And guys, we're gonna get through this. Trust me, it's gonna take a little bit longer. It sure as heck is gonna take a little bit longer, but we're all gonna get through this. But anyway, I did want to say thank you again for being here, liking, commenting, and subscribing to the channel. It's because of you guys that we have reached major milestones this year. And I know I keep saying it, and you guys can hit me over the head for it, but I'm thinking it's probably going to end up being a New Year's giveaway for the for our 6,000 subscriber giveaway. It's just I've been so bogged down with so many projects. Some of you might have been at the live stream that I did today with Spectre Creative and Scott Knightley. That was it was an amazing guest. Scott is an amazing personality. His insights on the toy industry are just absolutely on point. Obviously, his knowledge about Master Universe, which is of course one of my absolute favorite properties for toys, was just bar none. Unfortunately, he didn't have that much. He didn't have a full 2 hours to spend with us, but the time he spent with us was incredible. If you haven't seen the interview already, guys, please go check it out when you have some time. It's a fascinating, look into into Scott and his background, and there were a whole bunch of people who asked questions, and at the end of the day, we learned a lot, and that is the most important thing about that. Something's going on with my power supply. Give me 1 second, guys. I think it fell over. It did. I hope it's not broken. Why are you giving me such a hard time today? Okay, there it goes. Sorry, did I flash my butt at you guys? I apologize about that. If you guys haven't noticed, I've changed around my decor specifically for Scott because obviously he was a brand manager at Mattel. For those of you guys who don't know who Scott Knightley is, he actually runs the YouTube channel Spectre Creative, and today we talked all about Masters Universe. Some things which we already knew about, some things which we never known about. And of course, a few of the insights that he had into Master Universe Revelations, which I thought was fascinating. So he has said, because we kind of ran out of time, truthfully, and it was crazy because there were so many other questions that I wanted to ask. We kind of ran out of time, but he did say that he'd be more than willing to come back for a part 2. So I'm super excited for that possibility. and I hope you guys will enjoy that as well. Again, if you guys haven't seen it yet, please go check out that video. And I do recommend everybody to go over to Spectre Creative's YouTube channel. Give him a like, give him a follow. I think you guys will find it fascinating if you're a fan of Master Universe and toys in general. He has fascinating insights into a lot of things. Speaking of someone else who has a lot of fascinating insights, Tidarium Hanger. Hey, Mike, how's it going, brother? Good to see you. Guys, if you haven't checked out Tidarium Hanger, please do. He's got an amazing channel, wonderful YouTuber. He covers everything about Star Wars, G.I. Joe, a whole bunch of different fascinating facts about Transformers, whether it's mainline or KOs. Tidarium Hanger's channel is absolutely great for those types of insights. Mike says these Haslabs will not be funding when the new 2020 U.S. tax law hit, and anyone who sells $600 per year gets a 1099K tax form. Wow, I don't know much about American taxes, but that doesn't sound good. Mike, maybe you and I should get on the stream and talk about these things. It's again, Mike has some fascinating insights into the toy industry as well. So definitely go check out Tidarium Hanger. Any thoughts on the debate between Spectre Creative and Retroblasting? I avoided that. Because you can just go watch the debate that they had. I mean, that they as you said, Mike, just head over to the Geek Dead Life, right? Watch the Spectre Creative and Retroblasting debate, and you'll see it unfold. It was very, when obviously with all the drama that was surrounding the whole situation, right? One video was made, another response video was made, and a lot of people, the drama in the toy community kind of went kind of where it always goes. But the reality is that me personally, when I was watching the debate, right, it was civil. There were some technical difficulties. There was a little bit of bantering back and forth, and obviously, there were certain opinions being thrown around. But at the heart of it all, it really was quite civil. They both had, they were both adults. They presented both of their points, both of their arguments, and you know what? It seemed to me as if they had come to not an understanding, still a bit of an impasse on certain things, but for the most part, they handled it like adults, and I was really happy to see the outcome. What really shocked me, though, was how prepared both Michael and Scott were. They had notes, they had time codes, they had, oh my god, it was like they were both lawyers, arguing points, and citing passages, citing quotes, and looking up articles from one forum, videos from another forum, and it was exciting. Honestly, at one point, it was literally like watching a courtroom drama, to be honest with you. But at the end of the day, it really was compelling, and at the same time, very civil. Jay had to step in a couple times to moderate just a bit, right? Because every now and then, someone, either Mike or Scott, would sort of interrupt or start speaking over somebody else, and it was very interesting. But for the most part, the whole thing was very civil, and again, two grown men having a disagreement, and choosing for a very good cause, and that's the important thing. Everybody came together for a good cause, and you know what? It made for an entertaining debate. Honestly, it really did, and I encourage everybody to go and look at that. It was quite fascinating. I really did feel that it was great. Honestly, it really was great. So yeah, I'm that's my overall feeling on that one, Mike. The debate over delivering facts as opinion and other. Yes, I know. It is what it is, right? Seemed like a stalemate and did not resolve it. Yeah, I know exactly. But I don't think it was. I think it was less stalemate for the most part. But at the same time, they sort of learned something about each other. Mike, would you agree on that? Because I think that really both of them had certain conceptions about what each other was trying to trying to prove, and at the same time they sort of realized that something about each other throughout the debate. At least that's what I saw. I'm not saying that that's actually what happened. Found Stinkhorn Scaraglow Revelations wave today. Oh, so awesome. So awesome. Congratulations, Mike. That's awesome. Like are you you're talking about the Revelations. Nice. Congratulations, my friend. Oh, Mike, that's excellent. That's so great. Why is my power supply failing? This is not good. Hold on. There's a fray in my cable. I think I showed everybody at one point, and now it's really acting up. And if it dies, that's the problem because I don't have another power supply. Okay. Guys, please don't die on me. Come on. Okay. Just stay like that and keep charging. That's all I ask. I'm just asking you to keep charging. All right, there we go. All right, guys. I've been talking on for a little bit longer than I expected, but thank you guys again for being so patient and just listening to a little bit of what I had to say. I really do appreciate it. But let's get into what we actually are going to be talking about tonight, which of course is Haslab. Oh my God, Haslab. Oh my God. Seriously, what hasn't the topic of the last 3 weeks has been nothing. Well, it seems to be at the top of everybody's list anyway. Haslab. What the heck has been going on with Haslab? So many great things, so many not so great things, so many disappointments, so many triumphs. Like seriously, I want to thank everybody for joining me for those impromptu live stream sessions where we were counting down the Rancor, when we were counting down and watching the Sky Striker just kept funding. Just absolute crazy drama. It was so exciting, and you know what? I think everybody had a great time who was on the streams. Thank you again so much for joining me for those. And today, it was no different. While Scott and I were having a fabulous time talking about Masters of the Universe, there were so many people in the chat saying, "Oh, it's getting close, it's getting close," and I was literally in my back of my head, I was like, "Oh, I wish I could live stream this at the same time." But it just never came to be. And of course, if you guys don't know what the heck I'm talking about, because I'm being so cryptic about so many things these days, the Ghostbusters Plasma Spengler's Proton Pack, 3 days ago was at 14,443. Then it went all the way up to 14,591. 2 days later, 2 days, 12 hours later, it was 14,896. And then earlier today, it actually did it, guys. It reached its final funding goal. And yes, it hit its 15,107 backers. Guys, every single tier on Hasbro Pulse's Plasma Series Spengler's Proton Pack has been officially unlocked, which means that anyone who is backing this replica, this wonderful piece of Ghostbusters history, not only are you getting the plasma pack, the Proton Pack itself, you're also going to be getting if you're a plus if you're a Hasbro Plus member, you will be getting this wonderful slime attachments, which look absolutely amazing. The Class 1 Classic bundle was unlocked, so everyone will be getting the hose attachment, which is absolutely a must. I don't know. Again, a lot of people are asking the same questions as they did with the. A lot of people are asking the exact same questions they did with the Rancor. Why wasn't this just included in the first place? Like seriously. But you know what? As stretch goals go, this actually is not a bad stretch goal. Truthfully, this is not a bad stretch goal. Honestly, it might seem a little cheeky in a lot of ways, but it really is not such a bad stretch goal. And of course, if you want to get cheesy, it also comes with a what's it called? A foil sticker pack, which is awesome for anybody who actually builds their own Proton Packs. You can actually use these. These are the official stickers for that are affixed to the Proton Pack itself, you can see there's a lot of grime on the ones that are actually on the Spengler's version, all over the place. But yeah, this is a great addition to anybody's brand new Proton Pack, which they want to customize themselves. So that's a wonderful nod to the fans. Um, then the Ghostbusters Afterlife stretch goal 2 was unlocked shortly thereafter. You're gonna, for anyone who backed it and is not a Premium Plus member, instead you'll get the what's it called, the Stay Puft Marshmallow Goo, along with the Stay Puft Marshmallow figures, which is awesome. They have their little gripping hands, so they can actually hold on to all of the cables that are on the Proton Pack itself, which is so awesome. Just hanging out there, being little guys. It's a lot. It's so much fun. And um, they're not the ones that are actually available in those little canisters. These ones are special editions. They have a little bit of trying, making themselves into s'mores. just absolutely classic stuff. So much fun. And of course, the Class 4 unlockable was the Spengler special with Egon Spengler's notebook. So many different notes attached inside, a lot of different schematics, and some postcards from the actual Ghostbusters Plasma series. Lots of great stuff on that one. But today was the final stretch goal, and we finally did, anyone who backed this, guys, you are getting the full Monty. Everything is going to be included, including the special Plasma series stand. This, I think, is an absolute must for this thing. A lot of people have been using what are they called? Guitar stands, and as nice as they are, something which has been constructed to form fit and really be a part of the experience with the Proton Pack. This is an absolute must. You zoom in a little bit closer, you can actually see that there's some welding marks here. It was actually designed to look like something that Egon Spengler would have put together. I'm not sure if this actually makes it in the movie. I haven't seen the movie, but that would be really cool if it was actually something inside the movie. It's a little too clean, obviously. There's very little weathering, but at the same time, you know what? It's an absolute must. All the tiers were unlocked today. What an amazing campaign from start to finish. This really was the Achilles heel for both the Rancor and the Sky Striker. This is really the one project which derailed both of those projects and made it so difficult for them to get any real traction after the initial launch. Pretty much they all plateaued. They were going nowhere fast. And you know what? It is an amazing case study that's going to come out of this. And in part 2 of my discussion with Spectre Creative with Scott, I really want to pick his brain on what his views are with the psychology and like what happened exactly, right? We can always cite the obvious. We can always talk about how the fans were not happy with the offerings for the Rancor, right? The stretch goals themselves. We could talk about how the Rancor itself was $350 for just the Rancor, no bones, no backdrop, nothing else included. And was that even a good idea? Because most people's ceiling is about $150 to $200, right? And some people, Tidarian Hanger and specifically, has said multiple times that it probably should have gone to retail, right? But then you have the opposite side of the argument, right? Like Michael French, who also says that Hasbro should get out of retail, right? If they want to start marketing more to adult collectibles, they should just do direct orders like Big Bad Toy Store. Right, so there are a lot of differing opinions all over the spectrum, right? So is $350 the right price? A lot of pretty much, I think every single backer had their doubts about a $350 price tag. So it really did hinder and was that barrier to entry for anybody thinking about backing the Rancor. Then, at that point you're like, all right, fine. If you're gonna charge me $350 for this beast, then what else do I get if I decide to back it, right? If everyone starts climbing on board, and what do you get? The first offering was a Gamorrean Guard. Ho-hum. We have the Gamorrean Guards. You can pretty much buy them. You can get them on auctions. They're not too expensive, but relatively speaking. So, okay, fine. We'll let that slide for now. The second tier basically was almost like a slap in the face. A lot of fans do believe that. A whole bunch of bones and a backdrop, which should have just been a cutout that was part of the actual box. That was the sentiment going forward for a lot of fans. And that really did start that divide, that big rift. And it really was the catalyst for people starting to pull out their pledges. Not as quickly as what happened in the next tier, where they did an emergency Fan First Friday, and all of a sudden they said, "Yeah, we're going to talk about the next two stretch goals." They spoke for they talked about the whole all the challenges, the Rancor. They showed it off with all of its paint, all of its joints. They showed off the backdrop, which I don't think was a really good idea. And then for half an hour of the whole 1 hour presentation, they were literally just talking about the Rancor and the difficulties and the history of it, which is fine. But then they finally unveiled the last two tiers, and the first tier basically was a complete shock in the wrong direction for so many people, and really you could see the pledges starting to get pulled right away. Salacious Crumb, like, and a lot of people have said it. A lot of people have said the same thing. It was almost a tone deaf, kind of move. Like, they did not understand who was even in the scene of the Rancor. It just seems so detached. Like, why would you put in Salacious Crumb as a stretch goal when he wasn't even in the scene? Right? He's never interacted with the Rancor Beast. He was never fed to the Rancor Beast. He would never had to escape from the Rancor Beast. Right? So why was he even in there? Right? Why is he being offered as a tier? And then the assertion that, oh, he's really special, and we've actually added a B in the middle of his name to make his card back extra special, extra sought after for collectors. I think they've forgotten that many of the people who are buying this Rancor are not buying it for profit. They're not buying it to to hold on to for like a year or 2 years and flip it for 3 times, 4 times the price. No, people want to put this in their living rooms. People want to put this on their shelves. People want to pose this with they want to recreate the Rancor scene. They want to recreate that, right? And that's where you would think that having a backdrop would be a good idea, but not as a stretch goal. It really was a waste of time on that level. But Salacious Crumb was even more of a waste of time. And then just when they thought it was a Hail Mary and they thought, this is gonna cap it all off, at 18,000 backers, that's when they offered Luke Skywalker, and that was pretty much the nail in the coffin. Everyone who was on board at one point pretty much pulled their pledges, and they were really, really upset. And then like I said, it was just complete silence for 2 or 3 weeks, and that was not good. It was a really in my opinion, it was a bad choice. It really was. And finally, after all the speculation, a lot of people were just saying, give us Ula, give us the Hut Slayer, give us Malakili. They finally came out and capitulated and said, okay, fine. If you back the Rancor for $350, we're also going to give you a free figure, right? Another figure, and it's going to be Malakili, the one you've been asking for. And this has raised a lot of questions. Going forward, this has raised a lot of questions. What is the future of this? Are they listening to us? Are they listening to the fans? Because this is fans first, right? Or is it that we have to push them to a certain degree, that we have to speak with our wallets, speak with our money, right, to make them understand that we're not going to take this kind of petty offerings, right? A lot of people have said that. And is this what it takes? Complete silence. And it seemed to repeat itself with the Sky Striker, because the Sky Striker was on the same trajectory as the Rancor, right? Shot out like right off the announcement, it shot up like with the backers. It was pretty amazing, but then plateaued as soon as the Plasma Series Proton Pack was announced. Right, this really took the wind out of the sails of both of those projects. And at the end, they also had to add another incentive, a baseline offering, and it really did help in my opinion, it really did help in the final hours of the funding for the Sky Striker. And if it wasn't for that, if it wasn't for the Cobra hack, right? The Cobra Commander coming in and saving the day. I really don't think that the Sky Striker would have reached that finish line. It was an opinion of a lot of people, right? And it's amazing how far we've come. But today is the complete opposite of both of those two projects. This little guy, this big guy, this wonderfully priced, incredibly marketed, honestly, and like I said, just this whole campaign for the Ghostbusters team. Bravo, bravo! Seriously, this was a masterstroke. Honestly, the price was the first whammy. Like, oh my god, $400 for a proton pack. Anybody who's tried to build a proton pack knows from experience that it can cost thousands of dollars to actually build a real replica of the proton pack if you want to do it right. If you want to do it right, if you want to do it from scratch, is thousands upon thousands of dollars. Um, you know, it's one of those things. So pricing it at $400, which is well below what anybody would, who's ever been a customizer or a prop maker knows that is an absolute steal. Seriously, it's mind-boggling. It is absolutely mind-boggling that they put that price. And that was the first offering. Then, the way they've handled the campaign, pretty much just letting it progress as a normal crowdsource project will go, absolutely perfect. But I think they were very, 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 very sneaky at the same time. There was a leak on Reddit about all the stretch goals and what they were going to be. And I think that really did, help to propel the interest in the plasmas in the proton pack as well, because a lot of people were questioning, where's the hose? Like, it doesn't come with the hose attachment. Do we have to make our own, or we have to source our own hose? That was a big question mark for a while. But when the leak came out on Reddit saying no, the first stretch goal right away is going to be the hose, I think that led to a lot of people, with a sigh of relief, really saying, okay, thank goodness I don't have to source this thing myself. It's actually it's gonna be there for me if I back this thing. But it is, again, one of the cases of a perfect storm, where not only is this the first Haslab project for Ghostbusters, but it was supported by an actual movie right off the bat. And you know what? That really is enticing. Like, it's just one of those things. We know from experience that movie-related, props, movie-related merchandise sell better with a movie, right? You can see it in Transformers. Whenever there's a Transformers movie, new toys come out, new merchandise comes out, and it sells like crazy. And that's marketing 101. It's basically what it is. He-Man and the Master Universe. A television series, the Revelations comes out, toys come out. It's just the correlation between the two. Buying patterns. It's that whole 9 yards. And I really wanted to. And when I have a chance, when Scott has more time, I hope he can come back and we can really talk about this. But I do have to say that three Haslab projects at the exact same time. This whole scenario is going to be talked about and studied and dissected, from now until the end of when Haslab, ceases operations, if it ever does, because this is going to be one of those cases where a lot of people are gonna be questioned. A lot of people are going to say, what happened? How did this happen? And a lot of people are saying, they should fire the Star Wars team. They should be let go, and they don't know what they're doing and all this stuff. It's hard, right? For all of us who've had long careers, right? There are always missteps in your career, and you can't predict how people are going to react, especially in a consumer-driven market. You just can't predict that, But in this case, there was no need for predictions in a lot of ways. The fans were telling everybody on the team what to do. They were like, no, we want this. No, we want that. We want this. We want that. The writing was on the wall about what direction people should take. But we also do got to remember as well, and a lot of people don't take this into consideration a lot. Whenever they create one of these Haslab projects, everything is already set in stone. They already know what tier 1 is going to be. They already know what tier 2 is going to be. They already know what tier 3 and 4 are going to be. there's no going back after they've created these tiers. They're pretty much set in stone. When the Haslab was when the Rancor Haslab project was created, they already said we're going to give away the first tier is going to be the Gamorrean Guard, second tier is going to be a bunch of bones and a backdrop. What a mistake! The third tier is going to be Salacious Crumb, and the fourth tier is going to be a brand new, exciting Luke, and everybody needs to have this Luke. And 18,000 people are going to be backing this. It's going to be great. That was the perception at Hasbro. On the G.I. Joe side, they're like, okay, we're going to reintroduce the O-ring figures. It's going to be a great opportunity. So many old school fans are going to climb on board. This is going to be absolutely insane. And right off the bat, we're going to give them our base offering is going to be amazing. It's going to come with missiles. It's going to come with blast effects. It's going to come with a refueling station, flight stand, missile station. It's going to come with 2 pilots right off the hop with accessories. Right, that was just the baseline. Right, and then the stretch goals are going to be even better. We're going to have Scarlet in a flight suit. We're going to have Ripcord in a flight suit. We're going to have 2 ground crews, red and yellow, mustard and ketchup. Which became a huge part of the campaign at the end of the day. What an amazing call out! Free mustard and ketchup, just absolutely insane. Loved it, loved the energy, loved the galvanization of all the fans trying to get that thing done at the very last second. Holy crap! If you guys haven't seen my live stream of that, it's amazing the energy that was there. I'm the only one talking. But if you watch the chat, if you put the chat side by side with what was actually happening as it's happening in real time, you'll see people just losing their minds. It was an absolute trip. It was crazy watching everyone just basically start saying mustard and ketchup, free mustard and ketchup, free ripcord, unlock ripcord, unlock mustard and ketchup. Come on, we can do this. Let's go. It was an absolute trip. It was absolutely insane, and it didn't hurt that I was screaming my head off and going crazy. That my crazy kind of bearded self just animated doing all this crazy stuff. It was an absolute roller coaster ride that live stream. I encourage everybody to take a look at it. I watched it in 1.5 times speed just because it's so long. Because we go from the beginning, we go for the full hour as it progressed, and yeah, it was intense watching everything unfold. And at 1.5 times speed, it's actually pretty kind of interesting. My voice is even faster. My animations get even worse. It's actually very fascinating to watch it in slightly sped up mode. So this whole Pulse, it's this whole situation, everything that happened this last 2 weeks has really brought into question, what is PulseCon? Is it a model that works? It's now become something which is polarizing and divisive, right? But at the same, because there are proponents to it and there are detractors to it. There are people who are really for it, and there are people who are absolutely staunchly against it, right? The lines are being drawn in the fandom, right? For crowdsourcing, for large companies, and it's very strange that it should be that way. Because as many of the people who are for the the crowdsourcing by big business, there are so many people who are against it, but at the same time will prop up smaller initiatives, which makes sense for Kickstarters. It does. It makes sense for Kickstarters for crowdsourcing, because that's how ground roots small projects get started. Valverse is a very good example of that. The fact that they needed to get a small Kickstarter going, a small let's go Indiegogo campaigns. It's very important for small independents to actually start that way and really get funding and then move forward, right? And again, it's very important to be someone who has a lot of experience, someone who's worked for Mattel, someone who's worked for Hasbro. You know what I mean? Those are very important key elements when having a Kickstarter, right? Nobody's going to trust somebody who's never been in the industry. Nobody's going to trust somebody who hasn't sculpted anything, has hired all the people who are on the team, right? It's hard to trust that. But somebody who's actually had a proven track record, who is a sculptor, who knows how to contact, all the suppliers in China and all over the world to actually get all that stuff done, it's very attractive, right? But as I said, there's so many people who are pro independent and completely against big business doing crowdsourcing. It's a fascinating, parallel. And I do have to say that as these projects continue to go forward, as everything continues to move in the direction that it is, whether it's Super Seven, whether it's Hasbro, whether it's Mattel Creations, whether it's anybody under the sun who's going to be doing, maybe NECA, eventually, right? There's going to be that side of the fandom that says this is not right. What is a $50 billion company, reaching out to the fans for, demanding $350 in cash to fund a project which is a dream project, effectively holding us hostage for items that we absolutely dream about, right? There's gonna be that side of the story, right? And it's gonna be a fascinating look into that, and it'll be interesting to see who's going to be analyzing it, and where all the chips fall, where they may, and just how far this industry is going. But what's even more fascinating, and this is why I'm saying this at this stage now, is this experiment, because that's all I can think of right now. I can only imagine that this was an experiment. This was a break test. And why do I say that? Because it makes no sense. This whole scenario that Haslab put together at this time of the year, the holiday season, right around Black Friday, right around Thanksgiving, right around the holiday season when Christmas is just around the corner. Why would you do one project, one Haslab project, let alone three? Why the hell would you do that? It really makes no viable sense. And you know what? There are a lot of people now who are saying they just let the Rancor die. Like, they basically said, which one of these projects is gonna make it out on top? No one's gonna get fired over this. No one's gonna. There are no consequences to this, because it seemed to me like it was a grand experiment. It literally it was a stress test. It was a break test, a stress test. What was gonna snap? Was it gonna be the projects, or was it gonna be the fans? And you know what? In this instance, it seemed to be a little bit of both. They literally set up two projects set to fall. They set them up for an absolute fall, and it was an absolute fascinating look as to what happened and what unfolded throughout this entire week. Right? One project, one property, which at one point was considered too big to fail. Right? Star Wars, a property which seems to be, the darling of the toy industry, the darling of the merchandising industry, right? Something that could not go wrong, absolutely went wrong. Every step of the way, something absolutely went wrong. Whether it was a miscalculation, miscommunication, or just a misunderstanding as to what the fans wanted, it seemed like everything that the Haslab Star Wars team did was just mistake after mistake after mistake after mistake, mishap after mishap after mishap. It was just fascinating to watch. Then we had the project of the Sky Striker, which on paper looked beautiful. The initial offers were great. The secondary, tertiary, and quaternary, all the tiers looked amazing. But then you introduce the wild card of the Plasma Series Proton Pack, and literally all bets were off. Everything went out the window. People who were literally like, "Oh, ho, that's cute. The Proton Pack is entering the game. Ha ha ha! No one's gonna buy that thing." Boy, was that just just completely off wall. It made no sense, and the timing of it all. Again, I consider it a grand experiment. Why would anybody put any of these projects up, during the holiday season, Black Friday of all times, when everyone's looking for deals, everyone's looking for electronics, everyone's looking for everything else but replicas and toys, right? Why would you do that? Why would you put three legendary properties, the Star Wars, G.I. Joe, and of course, Ghostbusters, which have overlapping fan bases, right? Why would you make the fans choose between three of their children? Seriously, it's which of your children are you going to feed today? Is it going to be the Rancor Beast? Is it going to be the G.I. Joe Sky Striker? Or is it going to be the Proton Pack? And you know what? It was a fascinating look at how everything fell apart or came together, honestly. And you know what? It was weird because at one of the projects fell apart and then came back up. It literally climbed that mountain at the end of its life. It was absolutely fascinating. And it was really fascinating watching the Rancor kind of pretty much go hit rock bottom and then out of nowhere started climbing, all the way to almost the finish line. And a lot of people have brought this up. If Hasbro had extended it for even a half an hour, even maybe an hour, the funding probably would have gone through. Why did they not extend it for at least a day? Right? An experiment. I like to think of it as an experiment. I like to think of it as Hasbro really putting a stress test to the Haslab model and seeing just how far they could take everyone for a ride, whether it was good or bad. And it was fascinating to see how the fans reacted, and it was even more fascinating to see how each of the teams reacted. I have to say, one team above all else really came out on top, and you know what? Today was their day. It really was, an amazing ride for the Plasma Series Proton Pack. Congratulations once again to everybody who backed this. You guys, amazing. You did it. Every single one of the tiers is yours. Congratulations to the Hasbro, Ghostbusters Haslab team. You guys did an amazing job. Congratulations. What a triumph. Just absolutely incredible. And now we can all say that in 3 years, in 2 years, we're gonna I think anyone who backed this is gonna have a very Merry Christmas. All right, guys. So you know what that is where we stand at this point. Thank you again for being so patient. Let's see who's in the chat tonight. Dotherian, this is a late video. The live stream is always late, but I guess what you're actually saying is that the Ghostbusters video is actually quite late. I'm not looking at I wasn't looking at doing the countdown like I did before. I just wanted to talk more about the whole all the campaigns as a whole, and of course, congratulate the Ghostbusters team. I'm an audience of one, it seems. So this was very early on. James was there, so you don't have to worry about that. Always glad to be wrong on that count. Darthinian, man, I'm so glad that this shot passed all of its goals. Hopefully, we can get a ghost trap and a PKE meter in half a year or so to get started. That would be great. I think that those types of masterpiece props would be absolutely beautiful. Obviously, there are different ghost traps on the market right now, which aren't too bad, actually. They actually look pretty good. But to have one that actually has beautiful lights and sound, all the sound effects, all the bells and whistles, it would absolutely be amazing. I totally agree with you. James, doesn't affect me. I've been burned by crowdfunding before, so I tend to keep a distance. That's fair. That's absolutely fair, Jay. Armando, hey, Jay in chat. Hey, Armando, how are you doing tonight? Darthini, worst, I've got burned as Mighty Number 9. That was a huge disappointment, but it did get done eventually, right, Darthini? I know a lot of people have had a lot of criticism about Mighty Number 9, but you know what? If the game itself, as a game, I think it is a game. You know what I mean? And it does play relatively well. But yeah, I've heard a lot of people in terms of like the overall waiting period and the way the communication, all these types of things. Yeah, it could have been handled better for sure. James, glad everyone will be happy as stretch goals were all met. Yes, 100%, absolutely. Armando, Jay, did you hear about the PowerCon moving to Ohio and no longer making Mo2 the main attraction? What are your thoughts on the move? So yeah, I saw that. That is so strange, and it's really weird, especially the timing of it all. But when you look at events, right? They live and die on their themes, right? And unfortunately, now this is a very big thing. Unfortunately, PowerCon in itself has gone through multiple iterations. It used to be Thunder PowerCon, right? It used to be a Thundercats He-Man convention, right? Primarily. Then it was I think it was Power and Honor at one point, wasn't it? Somebody can remind me of that. And then it finally settled on PowerCon. It was very specific, very He-Man oriented, right? Very, very He-Man centric. but how long can you last on that? How long will that take you? And I think a lot of the decisions that were made were in response to the kind of uh, responses that we're getting from Revelations. I think that there was a lot of the fan base, and we've talked about it here on this channel a lot. It divided the fan base a lot, right? A lot of people were very divided on whether or not Revelations was He-Man, right, or whether or not it was the Tila show, right? There was a lot of speculation as to that. It was a very divisive and a very polarizing series, and you know what? I wonder if PowerCon, the organizers of PowerCon started realizing, this could be something that changes, what we are, right? So we have to change along with it. It's something that um, is a valid concern, but is it the right choice? Heck, is moving to Ohio the right choice? It's interesting, absolutely fascinating. But um, as we know, people who are fans of a convention will go to where the convention is. They obviously know that a number of their fan base, if not the majority of their fan base, travels to see them. Mainly because they have all the addresses when you sign up for the membership, right? They know where you're coming from. They know whether or not you're living in Anaheim, California, or whether or not you're living in other states, or other parts of the world. So they know where you're coming from, and you know they've taken the all these pieces and put it together in when considering whether or not where they're going to move, first of all, and then at the same time whether or not they could survive moving and picking up and asking the fan base to come to Ohio. um it could also be tax concerns. There could be a number of reasons why they're moving from where from California to Ohio, right? It could also just be so many different things, right? It could be anything. But at the end of the day, if they can keep their relationships with Mattel very very strong, if they still have PowerCon exclusives, all these types of things that make for very big conventions to grow, yeah, it could be a very good move. And to become a multifaceted con, comics, anime, cartoons, the entire pop culture con idea, it can work. We've seen that. We've seen that with Fan Expo. We've seen that with San Diego Comic Con. We've seen that with multiple conventions across the United States, across Canada, all over the world, right? Diversifying in that way, and it has worked for them. But will it work for PowerCon? Time will tell. We'll have to see where that goes. Darthinian, really on the really the only stretch goal in this one needed was tier 1. Yeah, you could definitely say that, Darthinian. Absolutely, you need the hose attachment 100%. But you know what? The Spengler notepad is pretty cool. All the notes, all the text specs, all that kind of stuff. That's actually fascinating for collectors. And this is more of a replica. It's not really a toy, if you will, per se. It obviously is a toy, but it's more of a replica. And movie replica collectors like movie props. So, they enjoy the little slime, the little mushroom goo. They enjoy the little, mushroom collectibles. Sorry, marshmallow collectibles. Why I said mushroom? I have no idea why I said that. They enjoy the little replica handbooks. That's really really cool to them. And at the end of the day, a stand. Who doesn't need a stand? That thing's absolutely awesome. So yeah, we could argue till the cows come home, but I think the additional stretch goals were actually quite nice. James, I'm still waiting on a miniatures game that should have been out like 3 years ago. Ouch. Yeah, that's tough, especially like the board game. Board games are huge on Kickstarter, right? Board games are massive, and I have heard some horror stories out of those types of Kickstarters. Dartherian, I had my mic off the first time I tried streaming on Twitch. I know, it's so embarrassing. James, I'll be happy to tear. I'd be happy to tear into you. Well, thank you, James. That's nice of you. Armando, are we getting MJR slash GDL collab soon, Jay? Jay and I have talked. Our schedules are difficult. He has a family life, right? So that makes it very difficult to schedule around his regular schedule. I mean, him and John, they're always doing the regular schedule things, right? So getting him and myself even at the same time in the same space, it can be difficult, right? I stream on Sundays too, and apparently I stream more or less at the same time that they do. So yeah, it's hard, but we're trying to figure something out. Kirk HD, hat off to you, Jay, for the early show with Scott from Spectre Creator. I caught the replay. It was amazing and informative. Thank you, Kirk. I really appreciate it. How are you doing, my friend? I hope you're doing well. James, the age of men is over. The time of the orc has come. Oh, James, the Lord of the Rings. You are a bounty, my friend. Rafael Arias. Hey, Rafael Arias. How are you, my friend? Good to see you. Rayzoner. Yo, Joe. Really? Yo, Joe, Rayzoner. How are you doing tonight? Dartharian, this is the time. No, the time is the regular stream. This time is the regular stream time? Yes, it is. Man, gunning for the Western Coast a bit more. Oh, is that... You really meant that then? It's a late video. Yeah. But, Dartharian, I also stream on Sunday at 8 p.m. So I usually do this for people who are, on the other side of the world, kind of people who can't usually get, a live stream at the regular hours. And then I do a more regular time at 8 p.m. on Sundays. So, if you don't want to come for this stream, you're welcome to come for the other stream. Jabbar Robbins. Hey, Jabbar. Good to see you, my friend. Yeah. Jay. Like your Filmation style Motu figures behind you. Woohoo! Look at them. Aren't they beautiful, guys? Glorious. I brought them all out. I brought all of them out for Scott. Obviously, the classified line, right? The classics line, right? Loved it. Love it. Always love it. Can't afford half of them, but I do love them. All my Motu Origins collections, right? As many as I have today, just absolutely beautiful. Just loving it. Just absolutely great. Oh my gosh, just so much fun. Titanium Hanger. Hey, Mike. These Haslabs will not be funding when they... Okay, so I read these comments from Mike earlier. Dartharian, I need to go back and watch since I was at work. Yes, please go check it out. 100%. Armando, nice Origins backdrop. Yes, I know. I love it. It's been so long since I literally dug them up. It's been so long since I've even seen them. Jabbar, rest in peace, Mike Nesmith of the Monkees. Oh my gosh, he passed. I'm sorry to hear that. That's crazy. James, at Titanium Hanger, what debate? Yes, this is what we were talking about. Rayzoner, I still need Roboto. All right, Rayzoner, we'll I might be able to help you. We'll figure that out. Dartharian, if you're buying to resell, I guess yes, that can be a major issue. Raphael, get Jay. What's up? You back a pack finally? Yes, I did. There you go. How's that? Did that make sense? Resoner, offer up cash. You guys are awesome. Dartharian, because toys are serious business. Yes, toys are serious business, guys. I got Origins Stinkor and Web Store for your nephews later. Nice. You are doing it right, my friend. James, Jay, did you get those classified pre-orders in? It vanished within an hour of messaging you. I already. I think I put them. I think the answer is yes, but not through Amazon. I got them somewhere else, James. So, but thank you for the link. I really did appreciate that. Dartharian, thank goodness it's almost over for now. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep going, guys. Jubsy, good to see you, my friend. Still have the Rancor in my cart, keeping the dream alive. Oh, Jubsy, take a break, Jubsy. It's coming. You don't have to worry. They're going to push it back. They're going to make a surprise. They're going to make it a big hoopla. They're going to reorganize the tiers. They're going to make new offerings. So you don't have to worry. Trust me. Or they're going to resculpt it. They're going to give less articulation. They're going to take away the ratchet joints, and they're going to put it out at a much lower price point with less paint apps, and it's going to come out to retail. It's possible. Trust me, Gypsy. You don't have to worry about it. They spent the money. They're not going to let that one go. James, at Renegade Biker. So you hit 1K. Congratulations, Renegade Biker. Yes, if anybody hasn't done so already, please check out Renegade Biker's YouTube channel. He does some great reviews on GI Joes and displays and other toy reviews as well. Darthurian. They are redecos. They are redecos of the Plasma Series ones. Ah, okay. I got you. Bearded Toy Guy. Hey, Bearded Toy Guy. Good to see you, my friend. I hope it can hang on the wall. Yeah, that's a good question. I'm not sure. Maybe. I don't know. I guess we'll find out. Armando, you still haven't seen Afterlife? Blasphemy! Ah, don't be like that, Armando. I'm taking my time. I'm taking my time. I'm waiting. Honestly, I'm just waiting for it to come to streaming. I just don't want to. I don't want to go to the theater right now. I really don't. Darthurian, I've gone twice, debating if I should go for 3 times. Go for it. Go for it. People are telling me it's so great. It's ridiculous. Rezona, rest in peace, Harold Ramis. Yes, rest in peace to him. Awesome actor, wonderful comedian. Aldry 473. Hi Jay, how are you? I hope you're doing well. Yes, I'm doing better than now that you're here, Aldry. Good to see you. Darthurian, at least the bones were new. Ha 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 ha. You're hilarious, Darthurian. James, for my wish list for the future Haslabs, 1, G.I. Joe Classified Terror Drum. Ooh. Now, is it going to be O-ring or is it going to be 6-inch? 2, Star Wars Black Series Millennium Falcon. More, maybe a piece of it. You know what, James? That actually is a. You know what? I had this idea. You could build out certain sections of the Millennium Falcon, and then you can actually build the full Millennium Falcon. It'll be bigger than a coffee table. It'll be bigger than a dinner table. But you could actually build it out. It could be like a centerpiece. You can have the cockpit as the first half. Then you can have the recreation area as the second half, the sleeping quarters as the next half, the engine room as the next half, and you can have the gun turrets. You can have it pieced out every few months, right? And make it a huge build a Millennium Falcon quest. It would be really cool. I think that would be absolutely awesome. That's a good idea now that I think about it. I wouldn't do the whole thing though. That thing would be $1,000. $1,500 easily. It'd be crazy. 3, my Little Pony, 4 Ponies of the Apocalypse. Oh, that would be interesting. That would be hilarious. Oh my gosh, that's actually a really cool idea. I'd be on board for that 100%. Darthurian, let's put out a figure info. That's what. Let's put out a figure into this that we just put in a Disney park set. Sure, anything's possible. Absolutely. Renegade Biker, Jay, do you think that the Ghostbusters campaign will surpass the Haslab Sky Striker campaign? That would be interesting, considering that right now it's at 15,000, and yeah, they're getting close. They're getting very close. I think the Sky Striker was 16,700 or something. Sorry, 707, 16,707. But it's dropped. It's like the 16,606 or something like that, or 650, something like that. So yeah, it's interesting. It's 2 days, like a day and a half left to go. I think it's possible. I'm Death Pony. That's hilarious. Pestilence Pony could look interesting. You guys are crazy. Rezonner, what would you rather have as a Haslab Star Wars? What would you rather have had as a Haslab Star Wars? You know what, James's idea, altered a little bit, like I just said. Having a piece by piece by piece of the Millennium Falcon. I think that would be really, really neat. It's not for everybody, but that's the whole reason why it's a Kickstarter, crowdsource. I also wouldn't mind, a vintage collection Star Destroyer. I think that would be really cool. A vintage collection Star Destroyer. It would be gigantic. It would be absolutely ridiculous, like monstrously, stupidly big. But yeah, I think it would be cool. I think that would be, it could not possibly be the scale. There's just no way. It would have to be a tenth, like 1/10 the size, even smaller than that. But I think it would be fascinating. I think that would be really cool. Otherwise, a lot of people are talking about Jabba's palace. I think that would be a really cool set, and then it would be an opportunity to get in another much sought after figure. Wink, right? The Hutt Slayer, right? I think that would be an absolute wonderful addition. And then you know what? Let's just bring it back to the Mandalorian. You know, like honestly, like um, what's it called? I don't know. If we're talking about animals, you know, a what's it called? The crate the crate dragon. That would be sick. I think that would be absolutely insane. And you can actually have a chopping feature. You know, like it would be really cool. So many different projects. So many different projects. Darthurian, compared to Marvel's Haslab, it was horrible. Sentinels gave us Prime Sentinels with it. Galactus reused Silver Surfer, but that's expected. Plus, 2 new Heralds. Yeah, yeah. Again, I look at it as an experiment. I really do. A vintage collection, Ebon Hawk. Ooh, that's interesting. The pack itself is definitely worth it without the stretch goals. I totally agree, especially for the price. Um, Though Nova used plenty of existing tooling, so new but not new. Yeah, but at the end of the day, you still got Frankie Nova. Darthurian, I know she's all she was a new hair was a new head with a lot of hair. Simon, hey Simon, good to see you, my friend. How you doing? I'm doing well, my friend. Thank you so much for asking. Oliver Belmonte, Oliver, good to see you. After the Haslab debacle, failure of the Rancor, Haslab easily wants us to forget it for now by bringing back the book of Boba Fett figures with Boba Fett and Fennec coming in retail. Yes, I think you're absolutely right. They do want to move on past it, but I still say, in the back of my head, I still think that it was some sort of grand experiment, on Haslab's part. I think that there is some validity towards that. Don't and you can quote me on that. Seriously, I really do. I really do believe that the something else was going on in the background. Um, Again, just me being me. Rezoner at an AT-AT and a snow speeder. Wow, Renegade Biker. That's a really good idea. I think the AT-AT, a masterpiece version for vintage collection. I think that would be really cool. The snow speeder's been done for vintage, but if you're talking, actually, the snow speeder's been done for 6 inch too. So yeah, I mean, like it's not it like so. The snow speeder, I think, is out. I think they've already done it. They don't even need to worry about that. Raise Hunter. Darthurian. Morg, on the other hand, was a lot of new tooling. Yes, Morg was very cool. Oma Ender Prime. Hey, Oma Ender Prime. Good to see you, my friend. Yay! The best of the three got back. Absolutely. But we already knew that the best of the three was going to get back. I mean, there was no surprise. But if you mean all the tiers were open, yes, 100%. We got everything. Oma Ender Prime. We got everything. We got it all, my friend. We got it all. Darthurian, as much as I love Kodor, not a fan of the Ebony Hawk. Oh, well, there you go. All the heralds are coming through. Aldry, the Proton Pack hit a home run. 100%. It did indeed. James, Oliver Belmonte, Book of Fett figures were inevitable. Yeah, I think we can all agree on that one. It was absolutely a no-brainer. Rezoner, maybe Jabba's palace before the Rancor. There's a good idea. I think that's very very doable. James, maybe a Black Slave, a series Slave One. That would be interesting. It would be gigantic. It would be freaking huge, but it would be smaller than the Millennium Falcon. I'll give you that. Darthurian, the pack also hits more than just the action figure crowd. It's a huge boon to the cosplay or prop replica collectors. It actually casts a wider net than the Rancor does. Yes, the Proton Pack does do that, Darthurian. Renegade Biker, totally agree. Don't do it at James. The sooner they offer it at Haslab, it'll get destroyed in the Book of Boba Fett. That's my point. Every single Star Wars Haslab project has been destroyed. James, Darthurian, I think you're on spot with the cosplayers. Yep, 100%. Laughing out loud. Simon, hey Jay, that project on the top shelf of your left side. Did they offer another tier with the project? What made the backer fly up and hit the goal and made it funded? What? Sorry, Simon. What are you talking about, Jay? That project on the top shelf. Oh, you're talking about this guy. That's a good question. There were no stretch goals. Now that I think about it. Yeah, that's a good point. That's a damn good point. He didn't have any stretch goals. That is a damn good point. He didn't have any stretch goals. He was just Unicron. Unicron was Unicron. You didn't get any stretch goals, did you? Hold on, let's check. Let's have a look, guys. Can somebody help answer that question? Did Unicron, before I can answer it, does anybody remember if Unicron actually had stretch goals? I can't remember. Hold on, Unicron. All right, let's have a look. Okay, so there he is, the War for Cybertron Unicron. You got a comic bundle, which was not a stretch goal. It was actually just included. Yeah, those were included. Those weren't stretch goals. That was included. Was not a stretch goal. Larger than life, robot mode, stages of development, rough model, the stand, early sketches, rough 3D models, 3D details, deco sheets, 3D printing prototypes. Oh my gosh, Simon, you hit the nail on the head. Unicron had no stretch goals. Holy crap, Unicron had no stretch goals. What the heck? I think this was very early on. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, it was the second project. Somebody correct me on that if I'm wrong. It was the second project. It had no stretch goals. Let's check the. Does anybody remember if the sail barge had any stretch goals? Sail barge. Let's just check. Did the katana have any stretch goals? All right. So product features, yeah. Interior, exterior, blah blah blah. Bringing it to life, concept, sculpt, deco, packaging, final. What's included? You get all this great stuff. Explore the barge. Haslab insider updates. Yeah. So there you go. Both the first and second Haslab projects did not have stretch goals. They both of these projects, Simon, to answer your question, both of these projects had no stretch goals. Yeah, it was such a new concept for apparently it was such a new concept to Haslab at the time that they did not even include any stretch goals. So there you go. Wow. Back in my day, kids, there were no stretch goals. You took it or you left it. That was it. Back in my day. Stretch goals. Pah, that's cute. Jeez, I didn't even know that. I totally forgot about that. Yeah, so there. Consider yourself lucky, kids. You have stretch goals. Dang, that is crazy. More sexy girls in the chat. Get out of here, for crying out loud. Oh my gosh, that was just stupid. Pwned 1183, 1138. Pwned 1138. The cosplay community definitely started buying up the Proton Packs. 110%. That's absolutely the case. Darthinian, Jay wants a hula hoop. Okay. Lord knows this jumped the demand for the brown/tan flight suits online too. 100%. Absolutely. Simon, Jay, explain to me the Haslab. Why don't Haslab/Hasbro help back the project? They have lots of money. Simon, that's a discussion for another day. But basically, they're making us pay for the project ahead of time so they don't have to take the risk. Effectively, that's what it is. They don't want to pay the money to produce these themselves. They want to make a for sure product which will be backed, will be funded, and will not have to incur any costs on their end. They want us to fund everything. Pwned 1138. Soon, Alice frames will be in high demand. I think they're in high demand right now. It's already. You better start looking for Alice frames, everybody, if you plan to attach it to your Proton Pack. Darthurian, considering I was always more of an RGB cartoon fan, I might go with blue flight suit to be like Egon there. Well, you know what? Never say never, Darthurian. All of a sudden, they're going to release a blue colored version of the Proton Pack just to get it out there. That wouldn't surprise me. Tardanium Hanger, I don't really dream of a Sky Striker. I just look at my flag. Oh, Tardanium Hanger, stop bragging. You're hilarious, Mike. Don't do that, man. Don't do that. Don't be like that, Mike. Don't be like that. Rayzoner, just to make a USS flag for 1K and take my money, Hasbro. Whoa, bro. Don't be doing that, man. I think that's one project that can afford to fail. I don't think anybody's going to shell out that much money for a flag. That's crazy. Pwned 1138. 3 Haslabs at once, most likely to boost a fourth quarter sales. Yeah, but if 2 of them would fail, it wouldn't have helped anybody. I dream of 10 to 4 or a Sandcrawler. Oh, now that is interesting. But are you talking about vintage collection, Mike? Or are you talking about 6-inch? Because that's insane. 6-inch would be ridiculous. Rayzoner, My Sky Striker needs something to land on now. Ha ha. I see where you're going. I see where you're going. Audrey, 50% in the chat, 50 plus in the chat. Please hit like and subscribe for Mega J. Start the train. Thank you so much, Audrey. You're amazing. Thank you so much. Renegade. Hey all, me and my friend and coworker were talking tonight about some of the designs for the Cobra Night Raven, and I was thinking about having a cockpit canopy come up like that of the Sky Striker. Yeah, so Renegade Becker is thinking about doing some 3D modeling, guys, and actually getting this 3D printed. What do you guys think? James, fiscal years don't necessarily match calendar years. Also, pre-orders don't count on sales for the year until it's released. This is true. James is absolutely right. Evil Ash, hey, Evil Ash, good to see you, my friend. Simon, they think that with 3 or 4 projects running at the same time, they think all the projects will be completely funded and get that bonus and increase the money. That's the hope. I don't know if they actually think it's going to get done, but yes, that is the hope, Simon. That's actually what it is. James, crowdfunding is the way for them to release in niche toys without risking a financial beating. Yes, this is absolutely true. Pone, I was thinking about more holiday sales. This is true. Dartharian, Star Wars has longer been 3.75 inch over the Black Series 6-inch, which even though there is a lot of 6-inch collectors, it's a split fan base over scale. This is true, but there are overlapping fans as well, Dartharian. Emilio Lopez, hey Emilio Lopez, good to see you, my friend. The Plasma Series Proton Pack had the luxury of there being a movie out at the time. This is true. This is true. No one's denying that. As a matter of fact, it probably really did help to propel its sales, 100%. Dartharian, the same with the Sky Striker, but it went with the classic scale. I hear what you guys are. I hear where you guys are coming with. Poem for 1138. Bandai has a better pre-model as a built-to-order scheme. There's a fair point. That is a fair point. Makes you wonder if they could actually incorporate something like that. Simon, I agree with you, James. I think that they don't want to spend the money. I tend to agree with both of you guys. I think you guys are definitely on the mark there. Something has to give, and unfortunately, it usually tends to be that these companies want us to pay for everything. Oliver, I had the only marketing Haslab team. Had only the marketing Haslab team just added Rancor Keeper Malakili and with the Rancor from the start. And at 350, backers would have stayed to the very end as it was nearly fully funded. There were some interesting things that were happening right at the end. It just seemed very strange that like so many backers were coming up right at the end. It just seemed very, very odd, Oliver. I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but I got to tell you, something was funny. When we were all watching it live, it was very strange. James at Dartharian, but they can safely release TVC because they aren't so cost prohibitive. Only thing that might be Haslab for TVC might be the Death Star playset. James, even with TVC, playsets are gigantic regardless. I mean, you cannot have a Star Destroyer playset. It's like to proper scale, or at least scaled to the Millennium Falcon, because even the Millennium Falcon is technically not the right scale. Technically, all right. I'm talking about technicalities here. It's technically not the right scale. They've fudged it, in certain areas. So I know what you're trying to say. Like, a Death Star would be the size of 2 stories, but no one's ever going to build that. That's just absolutely that's absolutely insane. Dartharian, but making me feel good. Tardam Hanger, Hasbro said no Super U, no Super U. Tardarian Hanger, Mike, you're awesome. Rezoner, the burnt stay puffs look cool. Yes, they do. They look awesome. Gracie Roberts, hey, Gracie Roberts. I don't know what that is, but don't throw it up too many times, brother. Kevin Sisler, Kevin Sisler, good to see you, my friend. Great. Now waiting for my pack. Now the wait for my pack will feel longer. Aw, I'm sorry to hear that, bro. Don't worry, it's only 2 years. Mike Ianello. Mike, good to see you, my friend. We need Hasbro to make a collector's version of the Ghost Trap with RC in the movie. I would myself. I would rather have a traditional Ghost Trap, but I would like the option to actually mount the wheels on. I think that would be neat. I think that would be awesome. Fizzle G. Hey, Fizzle G. Good to see you, my friend. How you doing tonight? Pwned. I'd love for Hasbro to make an 84 Neutrona wand to make the pack GB Ghostbusters 1 accurate. That would be nice. But honestly, for what you're spending on the Neutrona wand right now, you can't really beat that price. It's actually quite affordable. And will they make another one? I don't know. It's hard to tell because this one's not even this one's Ghostbusters Afterlife. It's not the Ghostbusters 1 or 2. Mike, also a Haslab Polaroid collab Ecto goggles with real Polaroid camera. That would be neat for the Ecto. Sorry, for the Plasma Series version. Yeah, that would be neat. I think that would be awesome. Simon, Jay, did you get Mighty Number 9? Did you like it? What happened to the designer of the team that made the Mighty Number 9? We haven't heard anything from that team. They're still in the background. Inafune is still doing his thing. Trust me, he's not out of a job. He knows what he's doing. There's a lot of opportunities for him and his team. You don't have to worry about that. They probably have produced more games you just haven't heard of. Dartharian, if you organize it, they will come. Well, we'll see. I mean, PowerCon is doing their best. We'll have to see where it falls. Virtus El Honos. Virtus, good to see you, my friend. How you doing? GIJ. Will Haslab give us an electronic Ecto 1 to accommodate the 1984 era figures? The current mainline release is too small and cheap. Would be good to see a Plasma Series Ecto 1. Yes, I totally agree. I don't know why they made it at that scale. It doesn't fit anything. It's very weird, Vinitus. It's very, very weird. Pwned, Ohio is cheaper than California. This is true. This is absolutely true. I totally agree. Oma Ender Prime. Jay, been doing some shrooms. I know, I kept saying shrooms, right? I meant to say mushrooms. Sorry, what am I talking about? I meant to say marshmallows. I don't know why I was saying mushrooms. I have no idea. Yeah, it's maybe on my brain. Renegade. Yep, California is going to be losing business due to the morons that is the governor. For crying. Don't make me say these things. It's not good for the algorithm. Because of the policies of their governor. Okay. That's an opinion. Not Renegade Biker. James. LA and the Bay Area were prohibitively expensive long before him. Yeah, there you go. Renegade Biker. Interesting. Dumb policies. Yeah, I know, Old IT guy. Hey, old IT guy. Good to see you, my friend. How are you doing? Jabbar. I managed to find Volume 14 of Gatchaman on eBay, but it's in Australia, and I can't. And I still can't find Volume 18. Wow, that's rough. But at least you found it, Jabbar. Omanda Prime. I like a bath over multiple waves. Yes, putting together a Millennium Falcon. But instead of a bath specifically, just actually, yeah, you're right. It is sort of a build a ship, right? Build a ship. Yeah, no, that's exactly the idea. But you would be funding the ship itself, right? And maybe you're right. Maybe actually, yeah, you know what? Maybe that's a good idea. Maybe you get exclusive figures, which are what you get, and then they come with the piece. Oma Prime, you got something there. You and I should actually walk over to Hasbro and tell them what to do. Renegade Biker. Jay, Canada is still sending me the cold weather here in Arkansas. You all love to share the cold, huh? LOL. Yes, we do. Yes, we do, my friend. Yes, we do. Hope you guys are too chilly. It's balmy weather up here. It's only 0 degrees. I'm kidding. Sorry, Renegade. Yep. Derek Antonio 85. Hey, Derek Antonio, good to see you, my friend. Is Moto Origins still ending in early 2022? I hope not. Scott is saying that he's absolutely sure it'll end in February, but you know what? They made a statement at PowerCon that they were not Origins was going to continue. It's hard to tell. I guess when we finally get to February, we will find out. We will definitely find out what's happening. They've already announced multiple Revelations lines. They've announced, the Princess of Power. They've announced, Eternia. They've announced, what's it called? The new He-Man in the Masters Universe. They've announced so many different lines. It's hard to say, and it's really hard to see that they would be killing the lines that way. I think even with the new owner, they could probably have first right of refusal. And I'm going to ask. That's what I wanted to ask. Scott about. I mean, I never had the chance, and I really want to pick his brain again about that. Vinitus, Virtus. Haslab future offers could be the G.I. Joe Whale. The Cobra Beret. Ooh. The Plasma Series Electron Ecto 1. That's interesting. And the Star Wars Electronic Shuttle Tidarium. Ooh. Well, that would make Tidarium Hanger very happy. Right, Mike? Dartharian. Salacious and another recolored lizard monkey was just to put in the parks. Yeah, I know. It's just crazy. I know. Just put out in the parks. Yes, it was. A multi-creature set, which is what I said in many of my reviews. I was like, why bother? Why bother with these things? It just makes no sense. James. I owned an OG Moray, easily my favorite toy. Oh, that's amazing. Knock kids. No. Knock is Knuckles. Oh, sorry. Knock it's Knuckles 826. Hey, knock it's Knuckles. What's going on? I keep buying SpongeBob toys for some reason. I can never get away from what I liked as a kid. There you go. Everybody's childhood is different. Everybody's nostalgia is different. So that makes a lot of sense. Knock Knuckles. Don't get it twisted. That makes a lot of sense. Any new Revelation figs you picked up, Jay? I'm still waiting. I picked up I picked up Wave 2. James tried to help me. A whole bunch of people tried to help me, so I did pick up Phase 2, Wave 2. So I did pick up Tila, Man at Arms, Spikor, and who's the last one? Who was the last one? Spikor and Beastman. Yeah, I picked up those figures. They look amazing. We're still waiting on Wave 3. Scareglow, Stinkor. Who else was there? Andra, and who was the last one in that line? Fisto. So yeah, we're waiting on those. The Black Series book of Boba Fett figures look kind of plain. I'll pass. I'll wait for the Diamond Select ones. Yeah, that's fair. But they don't look that bad. I mean, like the character designs themselves are not absolutely inspiring, but they look okay. I'm wondering why the Book of Boba Fett is a deluxe figure. That's my question. Seriously, it very, very odd in my opinion. Kevin Sisler. With everything backed, the wait would feel for like forever. If COVID delays, I'll go nuts. We're with you all the way, Kevin. We're with you all the way. Don't worry. We'll support each other, my friend. Oma Ender Prime. Hang out with us here at the chat. It'll make it go faster. Yeah, I'm at all three as full backing. I put my backing in afterwards. Hopefully, they don't cancel my order this time. I don't think they will. And if they do, give them a call. As long as your credit card is up to date, it should be fine. Especially if they took out the money already, they will not cancel your order. Dartharian, I believe they just added the extras to it as it was backed regardless. Well, again, it's hard to predict, Dartharian. It's very, very hard to predict. Ralph Thomas, hey, Ralph Thomas, good to see you, my friend. Didn't Unicron get the time extended to hit its funding? Yes, it did. It got another month and a half. It was crazy, which is why I'm so perplexed as to why the Rancor didn't get one. Cheers, everybody. All right, I don't know what you guys are talking about. Targaryen. Sail barge just had Yak Face included. Yes, but there were no stretch goals. Right? That's what I'm saying. The sail barge had no stretch goals, and neither did Unicron. Ralph, I have the barge, no goals. Exactly. And a book. Yes, there you go. There was just the base offerings. Rayzoner, I got the Lego barge. Ha ha ha. There you go. Knock Knuckles. We really need that iconic classic red suit Daredevil on the retro Spider-Man buck. Now for the Nemesis Bath, Daredevil is still my favorite. Awesome. Dartharian, whichever came first, the Sentinel or the Razor Crest. I believe it was the Razor Crest. Somebody can correct me on that. I thought I could have sworn it was the Razor Crest, but not by much. Oliver, if Haslab ever makes another Jabba with his throne room plus Salacious Crumb, Slave Leia, and Ula as another crowdfunding toy, most likely it will get the attention of toy collectors. 100%. James, Renegade Biker for the Night Raven. Since it was based on the SR-71, check out that canopy. The front is fixed and the back comes up. That's interesting. Rayzoner, Haslab is like Kickstarter. Yes, this is true. Targaryen, Classified needs a hybrid project like the whale that fits classified, but has inserts to fit three and three quarter, uh, and is built solid. I think that's what we all hope for every project, Mike. But I don't deny what you're saying. Simon, good job, Jay. Well, thank you, Simon. I don't know what I did wrong. Good answer. They don't want to risk losing money. Thank you, Jay. Well, there you go, Simon. Thank you. Thank you for letting me know that that's right. James. Oh God, no! I do not want any strippers. Get out of here. Seriously. Um, James. Oh, I was thinking the Death Star playsets like the original Kenner toy, not a full Death Star. There you go. So just to make me a small section. I got you. I got you. Razoner, what shouldn't the wand have been a tier for the pack? No, it literally is its own thing, Razoner. That's the problem. Like they're selling it for $150 here in Canada as is, right? So it definitely should not have been a tier. It would have if it was a tier or if it was included with the backpack, it would have raised the price of the backpack up towards 600 550 600. So yeah, I think I agree with them. It's easier to buy a $150 or in the US $100 Neutrona wand than it is to buy a full proton pack. Pwned. The one is too expensive to produce as a tier. My point exactly. Rezoner, do you believe or have you seen a ghost and who did you call? LOL. I called my mom. Mommy, there's a ghost here. Simon, Jay, when the Haslab have a project and it got funded, does it take a long time to be in production? Usually one to 1.5 years, Simon, on average. And these days they're probably going to stretch to 2 years. Wouldn't be surprised. Oma Enter Prime. I think you need to do a figure with each piece to sell. Most Western markets sell it at $40 to $60 and boom, profits. I don't disagree. I think each piece should come with one or two figures. That way you could get it up to, let's say, $100, $150. And yeah, you would definitely be singing the praises of all fans. Haslab projects, yes, that's what I mean. It should be a Haslab project. Make it like $150 for two figures plus that piece. And I think they could really get away with that. Jabbar. Next year we'll mark the 50th anniversary of the following: Fat Albert, Cosby Kids, Science Ninja Team, Gotcha Man, and the Brady Kids. Wow, wonderful cartoons all around. Dacas Fly. Hey Jay, I finally got that Beastman Filmation behind you, buddy. The masterpiece and MP Shockwave. Wow. Dacas Fly, you're making me jealous, bro. You're making me jealous, man. That's awesome. This guy is awesome, isn't he? He is just too sweet for words. Oma Ender Prime. It's probably deluxe to get away with the extra plastic. Yeah, I know, but seriously, I'd rather have. I don't know. That still doesn't sit well with me. If he came with a throne, I would totally be buying it as the deluxe. As it is right now, it's kind of giving me a bad taste in my mouth, to be honest with you. Pwned. Removable helmet equals deluxe. Ha ha. That's funny, bro. How do you explain the entire Bad Batch? The whole Bad Batch line, all of them remove their helmets. Oma, I had Victory Sable canned, and that card was good and had enough to buy 12. Wow, that's crazy. That is crazy. James Pwned, Cos Louise and Bo-Katan have removable helmets. Yes, I'm saying the entire Bad Batch, Cos Louise, Bo-Katan, all the freaking Mandalorians right now. It's getting to that point anyway. Crazy. Pwned, learn something new every day. Virtus. No word up, Jay, on the Cobra Moray. Have a good night, G.I.J. Good night, Virtus. It's good to see you, my friend. Thank you for being here with the stream. Darthurian, who are you gonna call? He-Man. Oh, Darthurian, you're singing my song, man. You're singing my song. Kevin Sisler, we will forgive you for a night off YouTube to go see Ghostbusters Afterlife to hear your reaction. Thank you, Kevin. Thank you for giving me that night off. I would really appreciate that. You guys are awesome. Darthurian, would people back something like a Marvel Legends set of normal figures to get an entire team in one shot? Yes. I think if you made a dream team, I think that's a really good idea. I think if you made a full Renegades, like from start to finish. If you made a full set of them, or if you made um, who's a good team, a really good team. Uh, if you made the full set of Excalibur, like everybody, Rachel, Captain Britain, but the a traditional Captain Britain, right? The one they have now is kind of a mix. And you need to do a traditional Megan in her one jumpsuit, orange. Seriously, like you need to do that. Uh, Kitty Pryde would have to get her big poofy shoulders, right? You'd have to get you'd have to get Kurt Wagner, right? A new version of him, right? If you do something along those lines, I think you definitely 100% could get some a really good Kickstarter crowdsource funding going that way for sure. Ralph, another reason the wand wasn't included into the pack was because some of us already had the wand when it was released last year. This is true. If they put it with the pack, it would all of us. What would all of us do with our wands? No, I kept the wand as just because, Ralph. But it would add to the cost. It would not be $399. It would be closer to $550. You know what I mean? It would add that extra $100, $150. So I think they did the exact right thing. That you can go. They're going to re-release the wands. That's gonna be a thing. Trust me. They've already announced it. They're going to re-release them at some point. Darthian, I'm getting tired of waiting for X Factor Wolfsbane. Yeah, that's a good point. But he could be a PulseCon exclusive, which was a Hasbro Pulse exclusive. That does happen. Omar Ender Prime. He-Man will punch all the ghosts away. I hope he does. Raymond, hey Raymond, good to see you, brother. Man, you're up late tonight. What the heck? Better hold a stream reviewing the Afterlife in the theater. Oh, Raymond, you're hilarious. Get flagged for the audio alone. That'll be hilarious. Michael Spatone, hey Michael Spatone, good to see you, my friend. Hey everybody, hey Michael Spatone, what's going on? Jabbar, it would be great if we all got involved and talked to Hasbro into doing the Kenner toy line of $6 Million Man, the Bionic Woman, for the 50th anniversary in 2023 or 2024. I keep saying the same thing, Joe Jabbar. There just doesn't seem to be any interest right now. I know what you're saying. It's a good idea, but would anybody be interested in picking it up? It's hard to say. It's I love Lee Majors like everybody else. I really do. I really love Lee Majors, but at the end of the day, it's tough. It's tough. You make the petition, bro. I'll sign it. Do it. Joopsy, I want a retro collection Bounty Hunter Leia with her cool little helmet. Ooh, there's an idea. They already made one. I'm pretty sure. I think they already made one from before. But yeah, that would be neat. James at Ralph Thomas must resist straight pitch over the plate. LOL. That's a home run, buddy. That's a home run. Diecast Live. BBTS sent me shipping notices on Motu Revelation Scareglow. Nice. That's going to be excellent. I've heard a lot of people getting those notices. Michael, went to my local Toys R Us and I found about 20 He-Man Origins on the shelf. Yep. Yeah, they're populating quite nicely. The classic head, right? Classic head. James, speaking of the full team in a pack, Legends Alpha Flight is cheap on Amazon Canada right now. Yeah, but on Black Friday, it was the absolute lowest I've ever seen it. It was like $52. I should have really thought about it back then. I really should have. Datherian, I'm so close to having a Jim Lee X team completed. So am I. I'm only missing Psylocke. I'm only missing her. I'm probably going to end up getting a Macevex version, though. To be honest with you, I might end up doing that. I'm missing her, and I'm missing a regular Scott Summers without the jacket because I got the love triangle, so I have the jacket version. Dartharian, I think it's more of a NECA idea with $6 million Bionic System. That's a good idea. Actually, that's a great idea. Jabbar, take Dartharian's suggestion. I think that in terms of iconic heroes, I think $6 Million Man would be better suited to NECA. That makes a lot of sense. They just renewed their license for RoboCop. I think it's a really good idea. That makes a lot of sense. And who knows? Maybe they're in negotiations to do it. Who knows? Jermaine, hey, Jermaine Hunter, good to see you, my friend. Hey, Jay, I know I'm late. My Zartan was shipped out today. I should have it by Sunday or Monday. Congratulations, Jermaine. Great pickup, man. That's awesome. James, $50? I would have bought it. Damn. Yeah, I know. Well, it was 50, 55, 57, something like that. But seriously, it was cheap as hell. It was ridiculous. Jabbar, at Ethereum, they were originally with Kenner and Hasbro and owns the rights to everything Kenner. I know, but we know that Hasbro is licensing out properties. We do know that. They've licensed out G.I. Joe, they've licensed out so many different properties. So, never say never, Jabbar. That's actually a really good idea, Dartherian. I'm cool with the jacket. I like the jacket too, but I really do want the Jim Lee comic book, stylings. You know what I mean? And it's always cool to see Scott Summers, in his full regalia. Yeah, that's why I'm just a classic guy that way. Oba Ender Prime, Haslab Primus for Unicron when? Unfortunately, these days probably never. I think to date, if I'm not mistaken, I think Unicron is still the only Haslab project for Transformers to date. So, yeah, I mean, G.I. Joe's the first. We'll see if there are any more. But yeah, Star Wars has had multiple ones. Marvel Legends has had multiple ones now too. Yeah, so we'll see what happens. James, good thing if $6 million man is made by NECA, if it breaks, they can rebuild him. LOL. Yes, that is a good joke. That is not a dad joke. That is a good joke, James. That is an awesome joke. Thank you. That got me right here. It was a dad joke, but I really liked it. That guy's fly. What happened to the PowerCon and Motu? Did I miss something? Yeah, they're moving to Ohio, and they're renaming themselves into, what are they renaming themselves into? PowerCon. PowerCon 2021. Yeah, they're reorganizing themselves to PowerCon, America's mightiest toy show. So they're incorporating not just mass. They're not focusing specifically on Master Universe. They're encompassing all toys. Probably probably a lot of Mattel brands, though, I would imagine. David Rodriguez. Hey, David, good to see you, my friend. De Agostini made a model kit in scale 143 of the Millennium Falcon, 143 scale of the Millennium Falcon, divided into 100 issues. Wow! Ooh, that's got to be amazing! Holy crap! Let's look that up. That's something worth looking up. Hold on. De Agostini Millennium Falcon. All right, let's have a look. Woo-hoo-hoo. Oh my god, that thing's gigantic. Yeah, but it's not it's yeah, you're right. 143 scale. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah. But did you buy it in sections? Is that how it worked? It looks, yeah, I guess you did, eh? It looks amazing though. It does look incredible. Holy cow. Yeah, that is beautiful. Oh my gosh. Wow. Holy crap, that is so detailed. That is just beautiful. Sweet. 100 issues. Wow. So you had to buy that would make it affordable for sure. Not bad. Not bad. Yeah, definitely. Thank you for sharing, David. That's excellent. Holy crap. That's great. That is beautiful. Dartharian, Dark Saber, just a few Victory Saber just a few months ago. Yes, this is. Oh yes, Transformers. Yes, okay. I hear what you're saying, but you know why I forgot that? Because as far as Transformers go, that's the Japanese Transformers. So it's sort of like hazed out of my mind. But yeah, I see what I see. Yeah, you're right. You're right, Dartharian. Oh my Ender Prime. Transformers had Victory Saber, which was number 2. Yes. You guys are making me eat my words. Absolutely, I totally get it. Simon, Jay, what Haslab project do you want them to make? To get your interest? That's a good question. Actually, I'm not 100% sure now that I think about it. Now that I think about it, honestly, I don't really have a Haslab project that you know what? Honestly, they don't have the license for it. But I would love for somebody to build the cat's lair. Just saying. Just saying. And I think Super 7 is probably going to end up doing something like it. Piece that out. You know what I mean? Piece that out. And it won't be it won't be to scale. It won't be 100% to scale to the 6-inch figures. I think they should do something similar to what they did with Castle Grayskull, which makes it slightly smaller but still manageable. I think that would be neat. I would like to see a Cat's Lair kickstarted or direct market sale. On that level, I think that would be awesome. Actually, again, it's not theirs, but I would love for somebody to kickstart a Castle Grayskull. We need a Mattel Creations. We need a Mattel Creations Castle Grayskull. I think that would be absolutely awesome. If they could do that, that would be excellent. Or bring it to market. If they put it on the shelves for Revelations Castle Grayskull, I would buy it in a heartbeat, 100%. Raymond, tomorrow's TFCon Toronto. Cool. I hope everybody enjoys it. The convention these days with all the restrictions, I can't be bothered. Honestly, I just don't want to. I'm gonna wait until everything starts getting back to normal. Seriously, just too many things to deal with. Too much stress. James, I'd imagine the PowerCon will start featuring WWE stuff as well as Motu based on that. Yes, I think they're going to do a lot of Mattel connections. Keeping their relationship with Mattel. Michael, I'd like to know where they got the name Omicron variant. It sounds very Decepticon. A lot of Transformer fans are saying the exact same thing. Thank you, Michael. Strent P. Hey, Strent P. Good to see you, my friend. It's so expensive. Yeah, it is. But the Proton Pack is actually not that expensive, Strent P. But if there's something else you're talking about, let me know. James, at Michael, Greek alphabet. Ah ha ha. Jermaine, yeah, I see that new NECA Robocop 35th anniversary, and I need it. Jermaine, you need everything, bro. Just like me. We gotta slow down, bro. We gotta slow down. James at Michael's Baton, Greek alphabet. Yes. Oh yeah. Sorry, the Millennium Falcon, Stren P. Yes, I hear what you're saying. The R2D2 was 1680. Crazy. That's an ouchie and a half, man. That's an out. Raymond, Unicron's half brother. I hear you. Darthurian, I'm surprised Megazord. I'm surprised the Megazord they announced today wasn't Haslab. I'm actually glad for it. But they were talking about releasing it publicly. It's going to be their more premium line, so I'm actually very happy for that. But it might be a Hasbro Pulse exclusive though. It might not go to retail. Probably won't go to retail. Strin P, don't be fooled by the subscription Falcon and R2D2. Lots of hidden fees. Ooh, interesting. Omen to Prime. Primus is more niche than Victory Saber, but man, it would be cool to have it next to Unicron to have the Cosmic Brothers. It would be cool, and seeing them try to eat each other would be more hilarious than anything. Rotax Hippie, good to see you, my friend. How you doing tonight? It better come with a scratch post. Ha 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 ha. Hilarious. Darthadian. Nah, it's on BBTS right now. Exactly, guys. Pwned. Megazord is already on BBTS. Sweet. Let's have a quick look at it. Why not? Let's have a quick look at it just before we log off tonight, guys. So let's head to the Googles and let's go to bbts.com. Oh, there he is. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Lightning Collection Zord Ascension Project. 1/44th scale Dino Megazord. He's a big boy. Holy crap. He is a big boy. I'm going to have to watch that live stream now. He looks all right. Like, seriously. Super articulated, right? That's what they were saying. Yeah, it sure looks like he's absolutely fully articulated. 100%. Like, look at the poses he's actually able to get into. I love that. That is killing me, man. That really is killing me. That to me is what. And I hope it's not just a sticker. That would be criminal. If that was just a sticker, I think I would shake my head. I'm hoping that that's not just a sticker. I'm hoping that's actually there's some sculpting in there, but more than likely that's a sticker. Sadly, or photoreal tech. So ah, but still, first time ever to see all the Rangers in the cockpit, and you gotta love it. There's a pink Ranger, there's a yellow Ranger, there's the black Ranger, blue Ranger, and yellow and black and red Ranger. So great, yeah. Apparently, this is going to be the most articulated versions of the Megazord. So I'm looking forward to it. I hope it lives up to the hype. Love the fact that all the pilots are sculpted into their to their seats. That is pretty freaking cool. Honestly, that's absolutely wicked. Um, would have been nicer if they actually had some paint. A la um, Blitzwave Ultron. That would have been even better. But yeah, you can see it's mostly plastic, very little die cast. So yeah. Also, man, that is a nasty split. Holy crap, that is. That would bug me. That's my OCD showing up. Yeah, no, he's got the look though. He does have the look, right? And the articulation on all the figures looks amazing. Like this is I guess this is supposed to be a solo Chokogen, an SOC, but not being an SOC. You know what I mean? It's an affordable SOC, right? Am I right in saying that? It's an affordable SOC. I think that's what I'm going to stick to that. 159.99. Yeah. So it's a Soldier Chokogen plastic version, a plastic soul of Chokogen. Am I being too forward there? Does that make sense? Too funny, guys. Too funny. All right, guys. It's wow. Thank you guys so much for being here on the chat tonight. It's been an absolute pleasure. As always, this is the highlight of my weekend, guys. Being able to spend some time with you, knowing, sharing our passions, sharing everything. I hope you guys are doing well and staying safe. This has been, it's been one heck of a week. Man, what's going on with Hasbro? Just an absolute crazy set of just a crazy weekend. Absolutely nuts. But it's you know what it's a great experiment. Things are going in the right direction. Congratulations again to everybody who is backing the Plasma Series Proton Pack, guys. Every single tier is coming to you. It's a beautiful thing. Thank you guys for helping to make that happen. Like again, congratulations to everybody who's been on board for that from the very beginning. You guys are all winners. Amazing. Just the last few comments before we log off. Omar Ender Prime. The Zap Megazord also had the NFT for the black and gold variant. Yeah, I know. NFTs, man. I really don't understand them. Raymond Chong. The Megazord is up for pre-order on GameStop too. Ooh. For how much, Raymond? I got to check that out later. James, is it wrong that I scratched Post and thought of Panther? No, that's not wrong. He's a cat after all. Old IT guy. The pack is my first Haslab. When will they take the money from my credit card? In 2 days, old IT guy. So be ready. Be ready, my friend. Dartharian, screw that NFT BS. Raymond, 210 in Canada. That's not as bad as I thought. Okay, maybe I'll just do it there. Thank you, Raymond. That's actually a really cool. That's been giving me pause. That's giving me pause. Maybe I'll jump in on the GameStop. Pwned. I have the Solar Choking at Megazord, and I'm still getting the Lightning Megazord. SOC, you can't beat SOC, but yeah, the reason I think that's a good idea is because you're scared to manipulate the SOC because it's just so expensive, and at the Lightning Megazord, yeah, it made of plastic, can do so many poses. Why not? Why not? 1/10, 1/2 the price. Actually, 1/3 the price. Oh my gosh, yeah, absolutely. Omega Prime. The Zap Megazord looks better than the SOC did. I don't know about that. That's debatable, Oma. That's debatable. I'm not gonna argue on that, but that's debatable. James, the absurd carbon cost for an NFT is bad enough. For toys, it's kind of gross. Yep. I don't disagree. Michael, I'd love to see a Thundercats there. So would I, my friend. So would I. I would absolutely love to see a Cat's Lair. Simon, good one, Jay. I like it. Cat's Lair. Good one. Good one for the Castle Grayskull. It would look good, but how much will it cost to make? Probably 600, just like Snake Mountain, unless they bring it to retail. Deatharian at old IT guy. It'll come out soon as it'll be taken from your account as soon as the campaign and timer ends. Yes, this is true. Simon, Transformers action figures look cool and good. Yes, they do. They look amazing. James, they really should have engineered that to hide the seams. I know, but it's you know, at that level, you know, trying to get everything to transform and such, it's not easy. It really is not easy. Especially since, you know, again, it's still, when you think about it, it's you know, it's a mini masterpiece, you know, plastic version. I totally get it. Omega Prime, the SoC was junk for the price. The hardware was just not designed for the metal. I hear what you're saying, Oma, but it is a beautiful piece, though. Don't you agree? Like, seriously, just beautiful. James, cheers all. Cheers to everybody. Pone, I'm quite happy with the SoC. Yes, it's a beautiful piece. Darthurian, good night, Jay. Good night, Darthurian. Thank you for being here on the stream. Oliver Belmonte, till next time, Jay. Good to see you, Oliver. Have a great night. Oma, just being honest about the SoC. I get it. I get it. And I'm not saying that you're wrong. I'm not. You know, that's your opinion, and I totally get it. Jermaine Hunter. Okay, good night, everybody. Good night, Jermaine. Have a good night, my friend. David Rodriguez. NFTs are just cash grabs right now. But you know, if you play the stock market, it is just something very interesting to look at least for now. Guys, thank you once again for joining me on this Saturday morning, 3 a.m. Still 47 people in the chat. You guys are awesome. Thank you for spending you know, your Saturday morning with me. It really does mean the world to me that you guys would watch this channel. Your support really does mean the world to me. Thank you so much for everything, guys. You guys are absolutely amazing. I will be doing a 6,000 subscriber giveaway. My apologies, everybody. It's just been so busy with all the toy news, with everything going on in the world today. So rest assured, we are going to be giving away. It's up. No, it's not there anymore. What the hell? A breaker and a ram cycle. We are going to be giving one of those away. As well as a whole host of other chances for a whole host of other prizes to be won. This is a celebration of hitting 6,000 subscribers, guys. Thank you so much for liking, commenting, and subscribing to the channel. Once again, if you have not subscribed to the channel, please consider doing so. It really helps the channel out. Pardon me. And of course, if you do have the means and you are interested, please consider becoming a channel member. Every little bit counts into helping the channel grow. I really appreciate. It's not necessary though, guys. It really is not necessary. But I do thank you for all your love and support. Thank you guys for everything. I hope you guys are having a wonderful weekend. I hope everybody's having a wonderful holiday season. If you celebrate it, guys, Merry Christmas when it comes around. You guys are doing awesome. And whatever holidays you guys celebrate around this time of year, or anything you guys decide to do for this time of year, please remember, definitely go say hi to your loved ones. Say hi to your mother, your brother, your best friend, your sister, your cousin, everybody who's important to you. Please reach out to them, let them know you care. Sometimes around this time of year, the holiday blues do get to people, and it really is something that can be cured with just a hello. I really do appreciate you guys hanging out with me here Saturday morning, December 11th. The holidays are just around the corner. The holidays are here. Christmas is just around the corner, guys. It's absolutely crazy right now. I hope all you guys are doing well and staying safe. Please, guys, please take care of each other. Make sure you guys are doing well. I hope you guys, all your families are doing well and staying safe. I hope everybody gets the toys that they're looking for this year, and I hope that everybody really has a wonderful, happy holiday season. Guys, thank you again for watching. And as always, everybody, thank you very much for watching. Geek Proud.